Today on the Dutch Miller Auto Show.
They both have the same weapons and resources. Who wins? Lannisters versus Sopranos?
I would have to think the Lannisters. By sheer, golly, that's ridiculous.
And what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the needs of healthcare for children across the state of West Virginia.
We're very excited about what is happening in Morgantown with our Children's Hospital. We are currently building a 9-story, 150-bed hospital. It will have a pediatric intensive care unit, a neonatal intensive care unit, a pediatric acute care unit, and a birthing center with a spa-like atmosphere.
People always say it takes a village, but it takes a state to take care of an entire generation of kids. And West Virginia, of all states, I think is in the best position to do that.
It's the Dutch Miller Auto Show. Entertaining West Virginia for over 15 years. With your host, Chris Miller and Wes Thompson. Recorded on location right here in Huntington, West Virginia. And now, Chris and Wes.
We are back. I'm Chris Miller along with
Wes Thompson.
And you are watching the Dutch Miller Auto Show. We are the area's only car dealership that has anywhere from 400 to 600 vehicles in stock at any given time, priced below $250 a month, and up to 1,000 vehicles in stock at any time for your browsing pleasure online at DutchMillerAuto.com. Or you can see us in person, our Chevrolet and Hyundai store in Huntington, our Kia store in Barbersville, our Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram dealership, and our Kia dealership in South Charleston, our Subaru dealership in Charleston, and soon to be other dealership group here in the state. So lots going on.
Said.
Yeah.
By the way, you know how I know coffee's dangerous?
Do tell me.
Because I was about to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Okay? And then I drink this much of this. By the way, I love that it's called Nitro. Nitro cold brew. And I'm over here now, like I've just been hanging out in the bathroom with David Bowie in Studio 54, like just.
How they name it too, like how do we describe heart palpitations, but use less letters?
Well, I use
Nitro.
I use nitroglycerin to help my heart. How about a nitro reference?
Yeah.
Yeah, nitroglycerin.
Oh my gosh.
It's explosive.
So we have a bunch of vehicles to look at and choose from each one of our dealerships here in the state of West Virginia. And what I wanted to do is just take the time to go to DutchMillerAuto.com and show you real quickly how easy it is to find anything and everything that you're looking for right now. And so I'm searching all of our pre-owned inventory, and we have 507 vehicles in stock at this very moment. And by the way, mentioning pre-owned vehicle inventory, I wanted to point something out. Right now, if you ever wanted to get rid of your vehicle or trade in your vehicle, now is the time to do that. There's a major shortage in the marketplace for trade-ins, and so the values of used cars have shot up off the charts. And so if you were ever looking to buy a vehicle and or just sell your vehicle outright, come to any one of our dealership locations and we will walk you through the process from point A to point B. If you just want to sell it, we'll show you how easy it is to get an offer and a check cut for you in 24 hours. Or if you want to trade it in and take advantage of the tax credits that exist, you can get that huge trade-in value, take advantage of the tax credits, and buy another brand new vehicle.
And typically, you're going to be able to go over fair market value on these trade-ins, right? I mean, now's the time, folks.
I don't know how long it lasts, but right now, trade-in values and used car values just in general are higher than I have ever seen them in my career in the car business.
Sure.
It is impressive. It really is.
And I noticed, by the way, there's a lot of dealers right now that are struggling with some inventory. You're sitting here with 500 cars of just the search that you made there.
And this is, obviously just a start, right?
And this thing's crazy popular. You can see it on the screen behind us, folks. This is the Kia Carnival or whatever.
Yeah, the Kia Carnival. It is a brand new minivan from Kia that is...
I made it fancier. Carnival.
Carnival, sure.
Rio de Janeiro of me.
It's incredible how really well built this van is. Not only is it incredibly safe, it's one of the safest minivans ever crash test rated, and it's very, very fuel efficient as well, but it's awesome to see, like, the interior of this vehicle is It's really incredible. I'm going to click on this and show you guys some pictures. That's the exterior. There's the front of it. There's the side of it. It really sits up great, but you look at the inside of this thing with all the equipment that it comes with. It's incredible, the technology and the amenities that come along with these minivans. It's unbelievable.
It's almost like a minivan SUV hybrid sort of.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That gets great gas mileage, and you can put like a bunch of people in.
Yeah, make no mistake, when I said hybrid, I actually meant because the two things combined, not that it is a hybrid.
So one of the most difficult things to find right now are vehicles priced below $200 a month. And what I wanted to do is pull up some of these really quickly and show them to you. I'm going to refine the search a little bit because I have right now we have vehicles listed below $10,000, and we'll go and visit the ones between $10,000 and $20,000 here in a minute. But here's just an example. There's a 2015 Chevrolet Sonic LT. That's vehicles priced at $74.95. That is under a $200 a month car payment. That's $120, $130 a month car payment. It's amazing what you can find right now value-wise. Here's a 2014 Kia Forte that's priced at $7,900. That's under a $150 a month car payment.
And these vehicles are under $10,000, but Chris, they're going through an inspection process.
Absolutely.
These are quality vehicles.
Yes, every single one of these vehicles goes through a detailed inspection process where we check out every single nook and cranny of the cars to make sure that they are in perfect operational order for the age and the mileage of the vehicle. We want to make sure that you're in a good vehicle. And here's the other thing. Sometimes we sell vehicles as is, but we'll actually show you on a repair order, we've inspected the car, this is what we've done to it, this is what we haven't done. So you know everything that you're getting when it comes to buying a vehicle. And there's people that buy vehicles different ways. Some of them buy them and then want us to further fix them. Some people buy them and actually do the work themselves. And other people just buy them and go, hey, I'll deal with it, I don't care. So yeah, but we let you know anything and everything in the vehicle that we found during the inspection and what we have fixed and what we haven't. So it's giving you, through transparency, all the information that you need to make a good decision.
Well, and even the pre-owned vehicles, you're going to get friends and family pricing for everybody, which means you're getting the best deal right up front, right?
Look at this. This is a 2013 Nissan Rogue for $87.44. That's under $200 a month. That's $160, $170 a month car payment, give or take.
Car gets great gas mileage too.
Yeah, they do get good gas mileage. Here's a 2012 Kia Sorento. This is an SUV, $9,500. This is, let me double check, is this all-wheel drive? It's front-wheel drive. That is a nice little SUV. That is a great value for under $10,000. It's really, really difficult to find an SUV under $10,000. And that's just one of them. We've got a lot of vehicles as well, Wes, and one of the things that I always say is you don't have to go to the Honda store to buy a Honda, you don't have to go to the Toyota store to buy a Toyota, you don't have to go to the Ford store to buy a Ford. Because of the vast amount of volume that we do in new car sales, we trade for so many vehicles that you can get a fantastic deal and save thousands versus buying one brand new from a new car manufacturer. So I'm going to just take a look really quickly and see what other makes we have in stock right now. Here's a Toyota we've got in stock. I need to change the price range because it's only showing the cars for under $10,000 or under.
Well, Chris, while you're looking for that, I'll just remind the folks out there, at Dutch Miller Automotive, we've got the #1 and #2 Kia stores in the entire state of West Virginia, the #1 Jeep dealer in the entire state of West Virginia, the #1 overall Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealership in the entire state of West Virginia. And the reason for this is not just friends and family pricing for everyone, but it's the culture that's been created at the dealerships. It's just a friendly environment. You go to the Hyundai store, the Chevy store there at the west end of Huntington, you're going to walk in, you're going to see Aaron and the crew and Demetrius. You're going to have a good time. You're going to have a great experience. You go to the Barbersville store, you're going to see Leland and CJ. They're going to come in, they're going to give you a hug, they're going to say hello. It's just a great environment. You go see Greg Woods up at the CDJR store right there in South Charleston, like the nicest guy ever. And then of course you've got Dakota and the crew at the Subaru store. And I can't wait for the new stores that are getting ready to hit, because that's going to be exciting to announce, and expanding on the brands we've got too.
Yeah, lots. Adding Ford to the mix, which is going to be exciting.
How about that?
One of the things I just did is that I searched all of our inventory and pulled up some unique vehicles that we've got. We've got some Audis, some BMWs, some Infinitis. We've got 36 Toyotas in stock right now.
That's a 2021 RAV4.
Yeah, there's a 2021 RAV4, $27,985. This is like a brand new vehicle. This is in great shape. This is actually at our store in Charlotte, North Carolina. So note when I'm showing this in television in West Virginia, this car is located in North Carolina, but we can either coordinate getting you to that dealership or bring the vehicle up here for you if you'd like us to.
That is one thing
It's
nice,
like a brand new
Chris,
car,
I mean,
man.
about all those stores is you've got access to so much inventory.
Yeah.
And you can get any of it brought. So, I mean, you have something, call up and ask, you know.
Hey, while we're out here, we're just thinking about random things. They both have the same weapons and resources. Who wins? Lannisters versus Sopranos.
I would have to think the Lannisters. By sheer, golly, that's ridiculous. They have the same weapons?
They have the same weapons.
All right, I'm gonna,
They have the same
I
weapons
love
and
the
resources.
Sopranos so much, but I gotta say Lannisters simply from just a chess strategy sort of mentality. I think they would outsmart Tony and his crew. I mean, Phil Leotardo almost took Tony out. And Phil Leotardo, if he can do it, I mean, I can guarantee you Jamie Lannister come in there with the whole crew. And
Jamie
steamroll
Lannister
them.
lost his hand and eventually died being dumb. The same thing with his sister. The only real smart one's dead now, which was the dad.
To be fair, his
and
sister
Tyrion,
looked good.
Tyrion was great, and Tyrion killed his dad. So,
By the way, but Tyrion was a mastermind, and by the way, took out the
was.
baddest. Listen, I'm not saying the Lannisters are not without fault.
I mean, Tony Soprano. That's a hard one, man. I get your point on strategy. I get that completely, but
I mean, to take out Syl, all they had to do was catch him in the parking lot at the strip club. I mean, that was it. You know what I mean?
listen.
Bobby was buying trains at a hobby store.
There's so many things I wanted to say to this right now, and I'm not going to because this is a family program. But we're going to take a real quick break. I'm Chris Miller along with
Wes Thompson.
This is the Dutch Miller Auto Show. We'll be right back with you. Hi, I'm Chris Miller with Dutch Miller Automotive, and here with me today are two people I find very, very near and dear to my heart. One of them is Bradley Burke with the Hoops Children's Hospital right here in Huntington, and the other is Cindy Liberatori from West Virginia Children's Hospital in Morgantown. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the needs of health care for children across the state of West Virginia.
We're very excited about what is happening in Morgantown with our Children's Hospital. We are currently building a 9-story, 150-bed hospital. It will have a pediatric intensive care unit, a neonatal intensive care unit, a pediatric acute care unit, and a birthing center with a spa-like atmosphere. We'll also have advanced capabilities with a heart center and a cancer and blood disorder center. And it is helping us better serve the families in the state of West Virginia.
And I think one of the cool things about WV Children is that they have all the really intense specialties right there in Morgantown that if we can't do something here in Huntington, we can just look to our friends up north and send a child up there to get heart surgery if we need heart surgery. Those kind of really unique specialties happen here in the state of West Virginia, and that I think that's one of the reasons that I love the partnership with WV Children's and Hoops Family Children's is kids that West Virginia kids get to stay in West Virginia and they don't have to go all over the country to get the kind of care that they need.
Brad, and going along with that, why don't you tell everybody out there about Hoops?
Well, Hoops is a 72-bed children's hospital at Cabell Huntington Hospital, and it started with a vision and a dream that we could do a children's hospital in Huntington, and everybody said we couldn't. And $19 million later, we have a children's hospital on the 5th floor of Cabell Huntington Hospital, and it's a fantastic place. It's state-of-the-art. Probably one of the most state-of-the-art hospitals in the country until you finish yours.
1 and 2, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So.
Well, that's fantastic. And guys, if you can't tell, this is something that is very, very near and dear to our heart. We're talking about raising money for the health care of children right here in the state of West Virginia. That is a very, very important thing. So as a participant in all of this, Dutch Miller Automotive is going to donate in the entire month of October $100 per vehicle retailed to the children's hospitals here in the state. We hope to raise a minimum of $40,000, hopefully more than that, for both these fantastic hospitals. And we encourage you guys, anybody out there that's watching right now, knowing how important this is to both of our areas, please, it doesn't matter if you can give $5 or if you can give $500. Both of these children's hospitals are in dire need of your help and are actually doing fantastic things for the health care right here for children in our communities. It's really, really important.
There's one thing I can add, the money stays local. And that's really important, and we're
Absolutely.
giving the families of West Virginia an opportunity to receive quality care at both of these hospitals, and they don't have to leave the state. It's very important to us.
That's the entire month of October, but you can start right now. Please, there's both the contacts for both these hospitals at the bottom of the screen. If you can find it in your heart to give, it doesn't matter if it's $5 or $500. Every single penny helps, and it's going to a fantastic cause that we can all take part in, because it takes a village to make anything great, and it would just be all of us doing our part to make sure that healthcare right here in the state of West Virginia for children is the absolute best in the world. In the history of Dutch Miller Kia, there has never been a better time to trade in your car. Because of major supply chain disruptions, your vehicle is worth more than it ever has been. Even if you're not looking to trade in your car, we're interested in buying your vehicle at up to 30% above fair market value. We have customers trading in their vehicles that are getting more now than when they paid for it. Learn more and text or chat now at DutchMillerKia.com.
For a limited time, get a brand new 2022 Sportage starting at just $189 a month.
Hey guys, I'm here with Dr. Peter Ray, who's a plastic surgeon for children right here in Huntington, West Virginia, and he's here to talk with us about the needs for children and healthcare in the state of West Virginia. Tell us a little bit about what you do and what some of the needs you experience on a day-to-day basis.
So as you said, I'm a plastic surgeon for kids, which many people have a hard time understanding exactly what plastic surgeons do for kids, but when kids are bitten by dogs, when kids are born with deformities, when kids are burned by mistake or they're injured with ATVs or other things, the pediatric plastic surgeons are the ones who step up. I was recruited up here in 2015 as part of the Phase 3 expansion of the Hoops Hospital, which is in Huntington, and fills a critical gap between some of the major institutions that are about an hour and a half or 2 hours from here. And luckily, with some of the other folks that have been recruited and some of these systems that have been built, the ICUs and the anesthesia folks at the Hoops, we've been able to take care of some kids who really did have specific specialty needs on this side of the state of West Virginia without them having to travel out of state and letting the parents keep their jobs, stay in town, and get home for dinner and come back and see that their kids are taken care of.
Tell us about the state of healthcare in West Virginia right now.
So I think healthcare in West Virginia is in a prime position to do something that few rural places can. When you look at the programs like Birth to Three, when you look at the collaboration between the two hospitals, the one to the north and the one to the west, and then some of the folks in the middle, when you add up all those different people and all their different skills, there are things that we do that they don't necessarily have the staff for. There are things that they do that we don't have the technology for, and by working together, people always say it takes a village, but it takes a state to take care of an entire generation of kids. And West Virginia, of all states, I think is in the best position to do that.
Listen, as Dr. Ray described, there's a very special synergy going on between both children's hospital systems, and it's a very, very fantastic thing that they can provide to the community and continue to provide.
I think what's exciting, what we're seeing is the opportunity to make a difference here as a physician versus some of the much larger institutions that have been around. We looked at all the different children's hospitals around the area, and some of these have endowments that are 100 years old. They were started 100 years old. Our hospital is a baby hospital. It's less than 15 years old. And as you know, you have to invest for something to grow. And I think by donating and investing in the infrastructure now, those key things that attract talented doctors to work in the area and realize what a magical place this is the key time. I think in the next 10 years, if we can hit what they call critical mass with these, we will be self-sustaining. And I think people are going to be wanting to come here. We may not have enough room for them.
That's fantastic. And one of the things that I really heard in what you just said is that West Virginia, while it's a small rural state, we're like a family. We treat each other like family. And that just goes back to the importance of both of these hospital systems and why anybody and everybody out there right now watching does need to do whatever they can to give to both of these hospital systems. It doesn't matter if it's $5 or $500. This goes to a fantastic cause, and anything that you can afford to give is needed.
When you're giving to this, you're actually giving to family.
Yes.
Because the families are the children and the sons and daughters of the people you work with, the people you buy food from, and the people that you grow old with. So,
Dr. Ray, thank you so much for coming. We really enjoyed it. And is there anything else you'd like to leave the audience with before we go?
I think they should buy a car.
Well, I like the way you think. I like the way you think. In the history of Dutch Miller Subaru, there has never been a better time to trade in your car. Because of major supply chain disruptions, your vehicle is worth more than it ever has been. Even if you're not looking to trade in your car, we're interested in buying your vehicle at up to 30% above fair market value. We have customers trading in their vehicles that are getting more now than they paid for it. Learn more and text or chat now at DutchMillerSubaru.com.
Ask about 0% financing on select models and get friends and family pricing for everyone.
We are back, and that is a fantastic thing to come back from. It's important to really discuss and understand healthcare in the area, especially for children.
A couple things there, Chris. One, Dutch Miller is so involved in the community, and so I get to kind of see these things firsthand, and the dealership's involvement. This particular cause, hard to beat. What else better than the health of children can you get involved in? That's one thing. The other thing that I want to bring up is, what you saw there was just a snippet of a bigger conversation, a more robust conversation about healthcare for children and about healthcare in West Virginia. So please go to DutchMillerAuto.com. You can see the entire discussion. There's a lot of great information in there and a lot of great info that you can use to learn how to give yourself and to contribute and be a part of something great.
I can't think of a more important cause right now. The two things that are nearest and dearest to my heart are, one, feeding children, and then two, making sure that they have adequate health care. And if you can tell, because of our involvement in the community, those are the two things that we really are heavily involved in. It's just that important. It really is.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to find anybody out there that's going to go, nah, I don't know.
You're probably
right. If you're going to get involved, I guess.
Whatever. So wanted to cover a couple more cars before we run out of time. This is
Carmela in The Sopranos. She was amazing.
Yeah, she was.
She should have won every
scene.
award.
Everyone from the time that show started till it ended.
I think she would beat Cersei Lannister. She goes up against Tony. I'm telling you, Carmela was rough, dude. She Jersey girl.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, what were you saying?
A 2020 Toyota Tacoma 4-wheel drive SR5 4x4 100 clean Carfax.
That's
right there on the screen.
By the way, that's a really cool.
Oh, it's a really good looking truck. This is at our Barbersville location, and you take a look at this and you realize this is like a brand new vehicle. You can't find them equipped like this anywhere. It's got the blacked out wheels. It's got a little mini lift
That's
kit
a cool
on
truck.
This is an awesome.
I should probably pick that up at the store and drive it around a little bit for the sake of marketing.
Man,
should probably go pick that up.
They knocked the cover off the ball
two
with this Tacoma continuously. They really did.
I love the red trim on the inside. It's cool. It's got some cool accents.
Yeah. You can't find this thing brand new anywhere right now, by the way. It is just an impossible combination.
Except Barbersville, West Virginia, Dutch Miller Kia. You can find this 2020.
True story. So we one of the previous breaks talked about how you don't have to go to a Honda store to buy a Honda. You don't have to go to the Toyota store to buy a Toyota. We have so many different vehicles right now from different manufacturers because of the volume of business that we do. We get a whole bunch of trade-ins. And all of these trade-ins, then we understand using a detailed software system how to price them below the market so that way they sell quickly. So we get online and use a software system that tells us how many of these, for example, 2020 Toyota 4Runner Nightshade editions there are in a 250-mile radius, and we know how to take the mileage with the vehicle and calculate an estimated price that's below market. So we just use the strengths of the internet to then sell stuff for cheaper, which benefits you guys and it helps us because we sell them fast.
You know,
We keep our cars for long.
I mentioned this to you before. I've got a buddy who's he's an attorney there in Maysville, Kentucky. You know, we're talking about a couple hours away here, a couple hours and change, and drove all the way to the Charleston location because he found a Jeep online that was the best price he could find within that amount of drive time. It was worth it. That's how good the price was. That's a honest story from a person that I actually know firsthand.
Well, it's really, really easy if you understand how to price things and then price them accordingly, how quickly you sell them. And I'd much rather sell 3 cars in a week time period than 1 car in a week time period. It just makes more sense.
Well, and you said it too, Chris.
Turn
It's
them
not
out.
it's not an accident. You're using tech
Yeah.
to get this done. I mean, you're intentionally doing it.
A couple of the other vehicles, here's a couple of Volkswagens, there's a Passat, and there's a Jetta that we've gotten on trade-ins. Here's another Camry, there's a Toyota Tundra, there's another Camry. I mean, we've got so many of them right now. Here's a Volkswagen Atlas SUV. Here's a Volkswagen Tiguan SUV that's at our Barboursville location. Here's another 2019 Toyota Tacoma 4-wheel drive SR5. That's at the Hyundai location. We have so many vehicles right now, and you don't have to go to any one of these manufacturers or any one of these dealerships when you can come to us and save thousands. If you're looking for a Toyota, if you're looking for an Infiniti, we've got Infinitis in stock, we've got Volvos in stock. You can find anything and everything you're looking for right here at DutchMillerAuto.com. And
text or chat too.
Text or chat right now.
Start a text, start a chat there, and get it moving.
Well, it's been a really, really fun show. I really enjoyed spending time with the people from the children's hospitals. It's a really, really important thing for our areas, both up north in the Morgantown area and here in Huntington with the Hoops Hospital.
Well, and Brad Burke's just so involved in the community and so involved in the area. Just one of the nicest people.
He is one of my neighbors.
Easy to work with.
Yeah, one of my favorite people out there. He just genuinely has a kind heart and does nothing but great things for people. He really does. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the Dutch Miller Auto Show. We have now officially run out of time, but we will be right back with you next month with something brand new and something more to entertain you and make you laugh. So that's what we do. Thanks for tuning in. In the history of Dutch Miller Jeep, there has never been a better time to trade in your car. Because of major supply chain disruptions, your vehicle is worth more than it ever has been. Even if you're not looking to trade in your car, we're interested in buying your vehicle at up to 30% above fair market value. We have customers trading in their vehicles that are getting more now than they paid for it. Learn more and text or chat now at DutchMillerJeep.com.
Come in today for the Make This the Summer event and get friends and family pricing for everyone.